Awesome. So, Nolani, I'm looking at my calendar. Does Tuesday or Wednesday work better for you?
Let's do Wednesday. Probably the afternoon works best.
Okay, Wednesday the afternoon, and I am free around 1 Central. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that works.
Awesome. So I'll send that over to you right now. And typically what we do is Microsoft Teams meeting. It's the new virtual way of kind of showing face and being in person. You familiar with Microsoft Teams?
Yeah, I've used it a couple times.
Okay. I'm sick of asking that even, after COVID, everybody's familiar with it, right?
Yeah.
So I will shoot that over to you right now. What is a good email for you?
noalaniknaus@gmail.com.
Okay, noalaniknaus@gmail.com. Perfect. I just shot that over for you. So whenever you get it, if you don't mind just hitting accept, and that'll make sure it holds a spot in my calendar over here.
Okay, I just got it.
Perfect. And then even just wanting to play it forward for you to give you an idea of kind of what this looks like for us. So next week really is, it's a pretty easy conversation. The idea is just to ask a few questions about your guys' company, tell you a little bit about us, and try to figure out if there's areas where UPS can benefit you guys on an operational level. Typically from there we move forward, and it's normally another week out where we put together the numbers and run through the numbers. We call it cost analysis, and kind of make sure, hey, we're making 8 less than 10 here, 9 less than 10 for you.
Okay.
Sometimes 8. And if everything looks good, typically, it's another meeting out where we set up more of like an implementation date where we go live. So just laying it out there for you, we're probably realistically 2 to 3 weeks away from breaking bread or working together. So does that line up with probably your expectations?
Yeah, I feel like it makes sense. And I like how it's like kind of spread out too.
Yeah. We like to spread it out because it's, we want to make sure we're doing our due diligence to run through everything the correct way. Mm-hmm. So what I'd like to also do, and it's the only thing I need from you guys actually, I'd love to start preparing and running through some of the numbers and doing some of the work on my end. Typically what we ask of people is normally the last 30 days of invoices, so previous shipping history. So we can start looking through and making sure, 1, we just verify volume, and then 2, it really is the answers to the tests and lays out the shipping behaviors of what you guys are doing, and if there are any injustices or best practices that we can help you guys out with.
Okay.
So yeah, is that something you could snag and get over to me before, say, the end of the week?
Yeah. So how many exactly do you need?
So typically we like the last 30 days, and normally that's the last 4 PDFs.
Okay.
Is that how you're getting invoiced by FedEx? Is it weekly?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
So yeah, that's fine. I can pull those for you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and that just really helps us out. Like I said, it's the answers to the test. Outside of really looking at it and making sure, like I said, we're making 9 less than 10. It helps us just know what your guys' shipping behaviors are, and if there's any areas that we can, improve, whether that's like zone skipping or changing service types, whatever that may be.
Okay.
So, awesome. And then really outside of that, my only other ask here for you, Nolani, is, like I said, we put a lot of work into this. I'll get the numbers the invoices over to my pricing team. They'll start baking those out right now. But my only ask is if there's any reason, I know it's a holiday season, if there's anything comes up where you guys do need to cancel or move the time around, just, give me a 24-hour heads up. Is that okay? Is that fair?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, perfect. And then outside of that, is there, I like to ask this before jumping off, but, if we're able to make 9 less than 10, when we find some operational efficiencies with UPS compared to FedEx, is there any reason you guys wouldn't be open to moving the business over to UPS?
No. I mean, just like what we talked about, like with the invoicing, those couple questions that I have, if we can have those certain fees be more clear, that was really my only complaint about them. So if that goes well, and then of course the pricing and everything, then I don't see any reason why not.
No, absolutely. And I know how it is looking at a FedEx or even UPS invoice. It's like reading an AT&T bill.
Yeah.
And there's different charges, different line items, and it's pretty complicated. So we have some unique abilities over here to customize your guys' invoicing and give you a little bit more clarity on how those are coming out. And I think it's a good time. I don't know if you've seen from FedEx, but they've just announced they're rolling out, a general rate increase, which is actually increasing significantly on some of these fees that we discussed, like specifically additional handling, billable weight, dimmed billable weight. So I think giving you a little bit more clarity on that, as well as just offsetting that with some of our
Okay.
new pricing programs, is going to be great for you. But
Yeah.
what I can do as well, I'll invite my account manager Nolani on the call, and she can kind of talk through it too. But I can show you a few examples of our different invoicing formats just to give you, clarity on what might work best for you. So
Okay.
does that sound good?
Yeah, that works.
Awesome. Well, outside of that, Nolani, if anything comes up, feel free to reach out to me anytime. But we look forward to catching up with you next week.
Okay. Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.